Productions presents World Class 9-Ball. I'm your host. My name is Paul Potier, and with me is David Maddux, and we've got two of the greatest young new players on the tour right now: Reed Pierce from Mississippi and Jimmy Wetch from Minnesota. Well, David, you asked me earlier what I thought. What do you think? Who do you like in this match?
This should really be an exciting match because both of these are offensively capable players, but they possess a great all-around game. And Jimmy Wetch, I like his break, so I kind of, early, I think he probably has a little bit of the edge.
Yeah, I agree with you there, as we talked about earlier. Jimmy also is a little bit more of a more definite on what he's going to be doing. Reed's a very fast player, and he definitely likes to play a lot of offense. So if the game gets into a defensive thing at all, I like Jimmy's chances are a lot better.
Right. Jimmy also just had a high finish at the tournament in Richmond. It was the first combination PBTA McDermott Tour tournament. 256 players, and he finished third. It was a great tournament. All the top players were there. So he's playing well right now, and we can go by that.
Yeah. Again, though, let's not forget that Reed is a great player, very strong, and I mean, really, we could see a 11-0 match from Reed.
Either one.
Exactly. So we certainly don't want the audience to think that
no,
it's a shoe-in for Jimmy. It's very close. As a matter of fact, last year here, Reed Pierce, his first match, I had to play him. So I got a taste of him right at the beginning. I was fortunate. I got through it and won a hill match, but he came right back. Ended up, I think, 7th or 8th in the tournament.
Right.
So he certainly showed his capabilities right there. Okay, right now Johnny Archer is over there. Who is he playing against right now?
He's playing Matsumi Otaki from Japan.
This is Matsumi's first event here, isn't it?
His first or second. He's one of the strong players from, like I said, from Japan, and that should be a good match also.
Mm-hmm.
We have another interesting match to our right. It's a rematch of a match that we had here in December with Earl Strickland and Greg Mix. It's kind of coincidental that they got to play each other in the first round of this tournament after, playing the last day of the last Sands tournament. So.
And the same table as you mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Now, by the way, for you who don't know, we talked about Johnny Archer. The last table we looked at, Johnny was two-time world champion in the last 5 years, and was #1 player in the world for, I think, the last 3 years. Is that correct?
Right.
So he's just dropped down now to, I think it's third, is he, now on the Pro Tour?
I haven't seen the current rankings. That's probably right.
Certainly hasn't got out of the top 5 anyway. The interesting, are we showing now the young fella playing Johnny? Is there a spot?
They're having a little difficulty with the rack on this table, and Scott Smith, the tournament director, has just replaced the spot. Better to do it now than later in the match.
Right.
Disrupt the rhythm of the match. A little delay in the beginning.
I noticed them looking at it earlier, and neither of them were very pleased with it. So more so Reed, but Jimmy's not having any problem with them fixing it now either.
That's fine with me. I don't care.
Now, talking about that, now the break is a very, very important part of the game. So neither of these gentlemen want the other guy to be breaking and running out on them. At the same time, when they get to the table, they want to know that if they hit a good break, that they get good things happening as well.
Right.
Let me try with that new spot. Let me see what I can do.
Well, this is very early in the tournament. As a matter of fact, these are all, most of them are first-time matches. We only had 67. We had 67 players in this tournament. I said only, but actually that's 64 is what we wanted. We ended up going 3 over. So we only had 3 matches that were played in the first round. Everybody else got a bye. So both Jimmy and Reed, I think, got a bye, didn't they?
Yes.
And so this is their first match. But I know Gaston LeBlanc, who's out there, already played a match this morning. And now he plays Raphael. So being that the case, our audience participation here is actually fairly good for this early in the tournament.
Definitely.
We've got the stands, looks like they're half full. Would you say half full, 50%, maybe a little bit more?
Sure. And for the first day of an event, that's nice to see.
Sure
The
is.
fans in Reno have always supported this tournament. I mean, they've had it for how many? 10 years?
At least. I've been coming here since December of '88, and it had already been going on a long time before that.
Well, 2 a year, and this is the 23rd edition. So,
I think so.
Yeah, 11 years.
And this is if somebody wants to come out and watch an event, it's very easy to get here. It's I'll tell you, from where I live in Vancouver, we have flights for this particular week, $84 return Canadian. So anybody who wants to take a holiday and come by and watch some of these events, would be more, it's great. Come on by, and a week of great playing, and not that expensive, and you can do a little gambling while you're here too.
I enjoy the tournaments that we have in the gambling cities, in Las Vegas and here in Reno, and the tournament is also fun at the Bicycle Club.
Yes,
again, you have the gambling there.
And we get treated very well there. It's great.
Yes. We're missing Barbara Woodward.
Yes, she's out there having a baby, right?
I guess this is the first time she's missed this tournament since its inception, and notably absent.
Well, they're about ready to go here. So Jimmy won the leg, and he's going to break. Now, by the way, when the leg, if you win the leg, doesn't mean you're going to break. It's your choice. You can give the break to your opponent. Now, I only know one person who would have done that, but he's not playing these days.
Pat Fleming.
But it worked for him.
That may have been one of the best moves in pool ever.
Yeah, I was there. That was fun. But generally, a top player will take the break. Gives himself a chance to break and run. Especially these tables the pockets are fairly easy. They allow the ball to go in a lot more so than most other tables places we play in. I think they're the same tables every year, aren't they?
Yes.
They own the tables.
Jimmy had made the one ball on the side, and has got a good shot at the two. The early difficulty in this rack is, I believe he's going to have to elect to play the 3-7 combination.
Yeah, if the 7 was any further away from the hole, it would be a more difficult shot, but it's not that far, so I agree. I'm sure he's going to play the 3-7.
If the 6 weren't there, he would drop 2 or 3 rails under and play the 3 where he played the 2, but the 6 limited that option.
Now, what would you do, David? Here. First of all, I would try and stun the ball, stop the ball dead with the cue ball. Well, can't see the angle as well as Jimmy can, but I like to try and keep that cue ball up there, control of it. How about you?
I think the cue ball should be, around the area of this where the spot is, maybe a little, a few inches above the spot.
If he has that angle.
And I believe he has to cut the 3 ball a little bit to the right.
Well, that's great. That'd be perfect. Yeah, that's the angle he's got. That's great. Good call. Good call.
Again, we have a situation where he may elect to play the 4-9 combination, but I believe he has.
I disagree. Yeah.
I believe he has the route to go 2 cushions and play the 4 ball either in the
side of the corner,
in the lower right-hand corner where the cue ball is, or in the side.
Yeah, I agree. He can spin off this ball with a little bit of right-hand draw and go out behind the 4 ball. I agree with you.
Right.
And he went a little further than he wanted to, but I think he's going to be all right. There you go. Nice little nudge. Perfect. We called it perfect again, David.
Well, if he gets out this rack, this was a very good rack to get out, being it's the first game.
Right.
And it was not an easy rack.
No. Combination.
Had to play the combination and a good position shot from the 3 or the 4. So
now here, most players, a lot of amateurs are going to try and draw this ball down to the table, down table. See, Jimmy, whoops, went a little bit further than I would have. I don't think he wanted to go that far down. Give himself straight on the 5 like that. You want to give yourself some angle.
He just force it off the rail toward the 6.
Yeah, but again, he didn't need to.
Right. If he had drawn it back 6 inches, he would have had an angle just to roll the 5 in. Right.
Yeah. The very best place to be on that 5 ball, of course, would be near the rail. But when you try and do that, you take the chance of doing what he did, which is getting straight on the ball.
Well, he overamped just a little bit on the 5 ball, went a little further. I think it should be okay.
Well, better. I think he felt better to be out there closer to the 6. and out with an easy bridge than to be close to the rail. He's not going to have any problem getting on the 8. I mean, it goes in basically all 6 or 5 pockets, so just going to stay on it. Oh, a little far on that one. That's not the way, yeah. It's not where you want it to be there.
Well, you shoot the 8 in the right-hand side.
Right.
Bring the cue ball to the left-hand cushion, in cushion, back out.
The thing is, he's going to have to make more movement with the cue ball. That's what you don't really want to have to do unless you're forced to. And he decided to go all the way down. You know, it's a good idea also to get, let your stroke out too, especially early in the match, and stay fluid instead of trying to finesse too many shots. Oh my goodness, that was a real surprise. Probably just took his eye off the ball there.
A little early match jitters, first match of the tournament, and after a good out too.
Yeah, well, he didn't exactly leave things easy, but that I think he's got enough angle that he can cut this. He's just going to thin cut this in rather than the bank. Take a look here. Actually, it looks like he's trying to bank it.
The way he's stroking it, he's liking it.
Right. He doesn't like it.
Well, no.
From here, we can really, it's hard to see the angle like he does. But at that position, I'm quite sure I would cut it in because I just like this shot.
Right.
I practice it a lot. And his distance away from the rail is such that he can miss it and still make it. You can hit it too thick and it'll still slop in. Yeah, I think it was a wrong choice. But.
Well, 1 inch on that shot, either one way or the other, makes all the difference.
Right. No question about that. What do you think? Think Jimmy's going to make this shot?
I do believe he'll make it, but this is more difficult than the shot that he had.
No question about that. And I like to play this one with draw, David, and just kill the cue ball.
Right.
And that way I have better accuracy, and I'm sure Jimmy's going to play the same way. So let that cue ball get around the table.
Draw on the outside.
There he goes.
Nice shot.
Okay.
Let's take a look at the miss, Jimmy. I think he just overcut it a little bit, Yeah. And another option that he had there was to roll the 9.
Yeah, I think he was doing the right thing by hitting it that firm, though. You're going to miss it far less when you hit it that firm than when you try to roll it and maybe get a skid or whatever on you.
Well, by rolling it, the pocket's bigger.
But it wasn't that tough a shot.
I know. Kind of hard to justify missing that one.
He hit it back.
He just missed it.
Okay, let's take a look at this break here. Okay, Jimmy likes to break from the side. Jumps up as he hits the ball.
He made the corner ball on the break and
and he's got the one over the corner, but I don't think he's got room.
He's got the gap between the 3 and the 8.
Oh, well, soon find out. I don't think he does either. So this is interesting as far as a push goes, and he can't see that, and he can't get at the 1 ball. I would push by calling. I'd call a push and shoot the 3 ball into the 1, and leaving a long shot in the 2 ball. What would you do?
Well, that's an option, but there's a possibility that he could play the 2 off of the 9 if he did that.
It's still a lot tougher than anything else.
Oh yeah.
The thing is what are his options and what kind of shots can he leave him?
Well, he could masse around the right side of the 3.
Right, if he can hit the ball. 1. I'm saying if he can hit the ball, that's fine. But if he can't, the push out, I think it's shooting a 3 into the. Oh, he can see the ball. I think he's going to play the combo, 2-9 in the corner here.
Well, the good part about shooting the combination here is if you hit it with follow, the cue ball goes to the side rail where the 6 is and down to this end rail, and the 2 ball goes 2 cushions up to the area of the 5 and the 8. And so you kind of have a little safety built in to
good point.
An offensive shot. It's an offensive shot, but
so it's a free shot at it. Is what you're saying.
Right.
Yeah.
he doesn't necessarily lose the game if he misses the combination.
Although I think that from that angle, he's going to, if he does that, the cue ball will follow into the corner from the kind of shot he's got. Oh, he just hit it bad. Just hit it bad.
Well, if Reed can miss the 8, I can't tell if the cue ball is going in the direction of the 8.
It looks like he's going to jack up, so I think he's trying to stun the ball and go forward just a couple inches. And go straight on. Yeah, both of them aren't feeling all that comfortable right now, it looks like. That was kind of a whack instead of a smooth stroke.
Well, I don't really think he has any choice here. He'll play off of the right side of the 2 and the cue ball up into the area of the 3. The 2 ball to the side rail and to the end rail. The end rail closest to us.
Now there's also a billiard here, maybe off the 6 into the corner. Again, from here it's hard to see that, but he might play the billiard and play the snooker at the same time. No, he's just going all 3 rounds. Yeah.
Well, even if he's not hooked, he doesn't have an easy position for the 3. You have to hit it so hard with high, maybe a touch of left to get go 2 cushions for a shot on the 3.
You might even have to jump this.
He's kicking at it. End rail.
Well, it's a good shot.
That is a very good shot.
I think, I can't tell whether the cue ball goes past that 8 into the right-hand corner.
I believe that he'll play the 2 in the upper left-hand corner and just go 3 cushions and play the 3 in the upper right.
Well, if
it doesn't pass
right.
It doesn't pass the 8 on the.
If it passes, it's the best shot. If it doesn't pass, then your suggestion is an option to look at. Besides, of course, safeties, where we're cutting the 2 to that corner that doesn't go into and have the cue ball come back down to 9. But I think he's going to play it. Won't play it. I can't tell where. He's playing what you said. There you go. You're right again, David.
I won't do my Grady or my Billy imitation at this point.
So, David, you've already had a match this tournament?
Sort of.
How did you do?
Mark Jarvis beat me.
Well, Mark's a fine player.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got by, so I've beaten him every time.
Yep.
And I get C.J. Wiley my first match, which is same thing that happened about a year ago. Okay, let's see what we've got here. He's perfect on the 6 ball here to draw back about 8 inches to a foot. For the 7 ball, and it's a road map, as we call it, huh?
Right.
There we go, perfect. A little bit of angle. Got on the right side of the 7 to make it very easy. Stun off that side rail, up straight on for the 8, just to stop shot. You get an easy shot in the 9. There he is. I'm right too sometimes. Huh?
Yep.
I just stopped the ball here.
He didn't want to look at that same shot he just had the first game. We had to cut it a little to the right. And with the pocketing of the 9, he takes a 2-0 lead. in a race to 11. That's the new. We're playing shorter races this year versus races to 13 that we played last year.
Right. Yeah, the main reason it seemed that that some of the board members were brought that up, and we ended up voting on it, and it passed, was they thought it was going to decrease the time that some matches went, and so
it aided in scheduling, definitely.
Help the slow play problem.
Well, I think it's a twofold benefit. One, it aids in scheduling. You know, you don't have matches running over and matches that you have to wait for before they start, and also the attention of the fans. You know, if you take that into consideration, and it also facilitates closer matches.
But what it doesn't do
is necessarily that the best player win every
correct.
time.
The longer the race, no question about it.
More advantageous for the best player.
Right. I agree with your last 2 points. With the first point, as far as in helping in scheduling, I don't agree with, because you get, once you're used to scheduling the race to 11, you're still going to go
right,
overtime.
Right. I know what you're saying.
It's all relative.
Unless you allot the same amount of time for races to 11 that you used to allot for races to the 13. That way you have a 20 or 30 minute break in between usually. So.
Right, but that won't happen too long.
Right. Well, here he's going to play the 1 in the corner and go between the 8 and the 4 position on the 2.
That's a good shot. I went a little far.
Well, I believe he's going to be able to use the 9.
Wow. He definitely doesn't want to be where he is right now, with that 4 ball being in the way and the 7 ball up there. Now he's going to have to, really look at the shot.
Well, if he cuts the 2 ball in and bumps the 9,
he could get behind the 4.
He could get behind the 4. That's true. Well, there's the obvious safety with the 4 balls in the upper right-hand portion of the table is to bank the 2 to the middle of this end rail and send the cue ball 2 cushions behind that cluster of balls.
That's correct.
And at this point in the match, I kind of,
I like the safety.
I like that shot.
I'm playing the safety right here.
Only because the position on the 3 is difficult.
Correct.
I mean, it's
tough to make the 2 too.
The shot is difficult. You run the risk of running into the 9 ball,
right.
And the position on the 3 is not guaranteed, even if you hit it perfect. So,
right. So and the safety is so easy. I definitely be playing the safety here. Now it doesn't mean that he isn't going to get good if he makes the ball. Like he did very well here. But there's a lot of chances of error there.
Right.
And he got rewarded for a good shot.
Yeah.
I think the 3 goes down here in the corner as well, as in the side. He's going to like to play the corner, roll down a little bit for shape for the 4 ball on the side. Perfect. Now it's a road map as we were talking about earlier.
Right.
Okay, but it could get difficult to get from the 6 to the 7 here, so what he's got to do.
Excuse me. I was going to say I just like hitting it with a high, maybe a touch inside, and the cue ball in the area of the spot, so you can go 2 cushions out.
That's right. He went a little far there. That's a lot far actually. So now he's got to force the ball.
I believe he'll play it at the 7 in the side. He'll draw the cue ball straight back and play the 7 in the side.
I agree.
The right-hand side, as we see it on the monitor.
Right. Yeah, you hit it very good. Hit it perfect. That's a very difficult shot to hit good.
Well, this is the kind of shot right here that sometimes will skid. At the speed you're hitting a slight cut.
I think he's going to come down the table and come back again.
Yeah, I like
That's
that.
His best shot. Let the shot out, let the stroke out. Don't try and do too much finessing the first 2 games.
You just draw the cue ball back to the middle of the table.
He's all right. You could draw a little further, but that's fine. No sense getting too fancy. Okay, 2-1. 2-1 for the kid from Minnesota.
And that was the result of excellent shot on the 2-ball.
That's correct.
The 2 excellent shot and position on the 3.
He didn't agree with us at all.
Right.
Now, even though Jim Wetch has done very well since he's been on the tour, this is the very first time that ACCUSTATS has been able to get him on film.
He'll be a welcome addition to the ACCUSTATS inventory. He's an exciting and capable player, and I'm sure the loyal ACCUSTATS fans will enjoy watching him play.
I concur, as Dick Lane would say.
In many feature ACCUSTATS matches in the future, to be sure.
Yeah, Jimmy's not going anywhere.
No.
He's going to be on this tour for quite a while. Same thing with Reed.
Both of these guys bring a lot of class to the tournament. Just in their demeanor, their dress, and the way they conduct themselves, they're very professional and businesslike, and it adds a lot to the tournament. And I think that all of pool should appreciate them. Well, here again, he's going to start off with a difficult shot on the 2-ball.
It's very similar to the last one, isn't it?
Well, he has a little more natural position. He'll just go 3 cushions, and the cue ball will be going in the direction of the 4, play the 4 in the same pocket. The difficulty is to make sure he doesn't run into the 7.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was afraid for him on that shot. I felt that 7 ball was in the way. I think, he should have done the way he did the first prize, drawn the ball in and gone off the other rail past the side pocket, gone down 2 rails through the 5 ball. Okay, now he's got to figure out all of his options. He doesn't have very many. If he can barely clip this 4, he's looking at the billiard off the 4 and hit the 9. It's pretty risky. See too many options there to get into the...
Well, he's looking at the safety off of the 4 to the right-hand side rail, and the cue ball either behind the 6 or off the end rail and up behind the 9. If he hits it a little fuller, he could make the 9 and still get the hook with the 6. The cue ball hits the 9 and then hits the 6.
No, he wasn't going for any safety there at all.
No.
Let's take a whack at it, which is not that bad of a he doesn't have very many options. He doesn't have very many safety options. You might as well make balls move, and especially the 9 ball. It's going towards the hole, so it wasn't a bad move. Okay. Now, I would think that Jimmy's going to try and, of course, make the 4 ball in the closest corner and come up for the 5 ball on the same side as the on the left-hand side pocket. Then he basically can't help but get shape on the 6. That's perfect. Problem here is getting from the 7 to the 9, with making sure you're going to be perfect shape. Because the 9's in difficult position, being on this back rail.
Well, being that it's to the right-hand side of the center. The angle that he got here, he has no choice but to play it.
That's correct.
2 cushions.
Yeah, he got just wrong on this. Because you want to really be on the rail where the 7 ball is, so you can go off 3 cushions, make the 7 go 3 cushions down back on this back rail for the 9. But now he's going to have to play it the other way, which means coming towards this corner pocket with the cue ball.
Well, he may have fallen full enough that he will play it. I don't think he'll play it to the short side, but he's.
Well, Well, playing at the
short
long
side
side,
and the right.
if he's playing it, if he's playing at the one rail, come on down to this corner pocket where he's laying off over right now. It's a difficulty because he could scratch. Doing it this way, the other difficulty was if he hit it too hard, he could scratch in the other corner.
Right.
So he had to hit it very, very well there, which he did.
And he takes a 3-1 lead.
I think he chose the right way of going,
Right.
regardless of the result. But he did have difficulty either way. That's why, for you aspiring players out there, your best bet would have been to be on the rail, close to the 7 ball, to go off 3 rails and never have a problem with the pocket.
Right. Well, what caused him to have to do that was he got too straight in on the 6.
Right.
If he were a little to the right, he could have just drawn the cue ball over to the left-hand rail, or if he had been further over toward the center of the table, he could have gone to the rail and then over to the rail, the same rail that the 7 was on. It made position on the 9 easier. Jimmy really breaks the ball as well. I like the.
So does Reed when they're breaking well, but they're not always breaking well. Like Jimmy hit that ball real good where he got the cue ball to stop there, but that doesn't always make a ball. It just means you have control. Sometimes you want to, come off the one a little bit thinner, right, so that balls are moved a little differently. But as you see there, he broke them okay. He didn't break them hard, but he certainly had a good control, right, and didn't make a ball and put the one over the hole. You certainly don't want to do that too often if you're doing it.
No. Well, we got a couple options here. He can play the ball with a draw right and go between the 4 and the 7 and play the 2 in the lower right.
Very risky.
Very risky. Or he may.
There's 3 options here. You could also try and draw it as clean straight back towards the 2 ball as possible. That way he doesn't snooker himself.
Looking at the monitor now, I see that he's able to do that. I thought the 1 ball was closer to the rail, and
there's one other option. You can go off the rail with spin, come up, make the 1, come up on,
right,
but that's too risky too. It's as risky as your first one. Right. I think what all he tried to do there was just
cinch the 1.
Cinch it, and he didn't do that. Oh, hell. That just shows the audience that even the greatest, and these players are great players, can make the simplest of errors. Now, Jimmy, I don't know whether you can cut this ball in. Can't tell the angle he's at. By the way, the lady in the back there, oops, we missed her. Oh, we'll get her back later. There we go. Lady with the longer hair, sitting with her, praying. She looks like she's praying. That's Reed Pierce's wife. It's a great shot Jimmy made. So I think Jimmy's going to play, if this 2 ball goes, I think he's going to cut it in, spin, left-hand spin, and try and come off 2 rails between the 3 and the 6. Right. Get the 3 ball in the corner. Slow roll it with some spin. Kind of throwing the ball in. Or, I can't tell whether he's trying to do that or playing a billiard.
I really think that's the only option, just to play the shot that you...
Jimmy's
cut the 2 ball in.
Jimmy's just seeing somebody distracting him over behind where Reed is sitting. So he's waiting, and which is the right thing to do. If somebody's distracting you, don't shoot and then blame it on that. That's no good.
Right.
Step back and wait until they get out of the way, and then shoot the shot. So you have nobody to blame but yourself.
Well, he's gotten a snooker with the 9 ball.
Play the right shot, and that can happen in that shot, as you can see, and it was a very difficult shot to pocket. But at least Reed is happy he gets to the table here.
Well, I like going to the end rail and kicking the 2 ball to the side rail between the 4 and the rail, and up table and possibly getting a snooker with the 9 or the 4.
Well, a couple other things can happen here as well. The 2 ball could go off the 4 on the side, or his best bet here is to get safe. I would do this with left-hand sidings on the cue ball, so that after he makes contact with the 2, the cue ball hits the rail and spins back towards the rail here.
He's going the other rail first.
Well, chances of getting safe aren't very good, and that can happen right there where he scratches in the corner. So I'm in agreement with you, David. I'd have gone off the end rail.
Well, Jimmy's getting opportunities and taking advantage of them. You know, he has a 3-1 lead, and cue ball in hand with the balls laying relatively open. Once he pockets the 2-ball, he'll play the 2-ball in the right-hand side pocket. He's looking at where he wants to position the cue ball. I believe almost straight in, or just a couple inches beyond straight in is good.
Mm-hmm. And just rolling up to straight in on the 3-ball.
Right.
Perfect. Just a little angle, but that's all right. Now his problem here, though, is to get from the 4 to the 5, although the 5 isn't in a position where you have to get down table. You can still make it from the center of the table, so it's not a big problem.
I like shooting the 3 with a high right ball and going 2 cushions straight at the 4. I know the gap between the 7 and 8 looks narrow, but where the cue ball is, I really think that's probably the best shot, because then you're in ideal position for a shot on the 5-ball.
Well, he seemed to agree with you. It's exactly what Jimmy did, and I agree as well. That would have been the right move. Let's take a look at the table right here on the right-hand side, right to the right of Jimmy and Reed here. Can we take a look there? Right. Oops, too late now. Just wanted to show you Danny Medina, who one time ran 9 racks at this very event. That's the record, isn't it? 9 racks?
Yes.
Tied with Ismael Moro Paez, who also did it against Medina earlier. But
it's nice to see these two guys, Larry Hubbard, who's instrumental in the goings-on of the APA, which is a very strong amateur pool organization. And
great organization.
They've done a great job for in conjunction with the Pro Billiards Tour, and
correct.
Our hats off to Larry and the job that he and Terry Bell and staff have done. And Larry Hubbard and Danny Medina are both veterans and
no question about that.
Tried and true, and it's nice to see them.
Nice to see Larry and Danny back on tour, unless you have to play them.
Right, exactly.
As a matter of fact, Larry was vice president with Terry Bell of the APA, and I, at one time, was a league operator for them in Canada. So I'm very, very, very have huge respect for that league and their organization. That was Larry the Iceman Hubbard, just placing Danny Medina in the middle of an iceberg there, I think.
Well, he had cue ball in hand, and what that means is if Danny doesn't hit this, he'll be on 2. So I guess he didn't feel like his run-out option was that good at that point. So, and what I'm referring to is the 3-foul rule.
Right. Well, here we go back to our match, and Jimmy's going to break again at 4-1. And a race to 11, 4-1 means a heck of a lot more than a race to 13.
Right.
That's a fairly good lead.
Let's see if he makes the 2-ball on the break. Corner ball. He didn't make it.
No.
He hit the 1 ball in the center and
a little on the right. He hit the 1 ball a little on the right from center. But he spread the balls well and got a lot of balls up table. But
well, Reed will find himself playing safe here off of the right side of the 1.
Think so? He's looking at cutting it in.
Well.
But I think you're right. The best move here is to spin off the right-hand side of the 1 ball, come down behind the 7 ball.
Right.
Leaving the cue ball or the 1 ball on the back rail behind the 8. So very hard to get to hit too.
Right. Because the 2 ball blocks off the right-hand side rail.
He's cutting it in. He's not even looking at the safety. That's what I was saying about earlier. Actually, I think Jimmy will be looking at the safeties far more than Reed. As you noticed, that a couple of times I thought Reed should play a safety, and he didn't. Now, he ran out the 1 time, but this time too, he should have played the safety. Of course, if he'd made the ball, he'd been running out here again, but it was a low percentage shot, and the safety was high percentage.
Well, he got a snooker, and the position of the 1, if the 1...
Jimmy, I think, can mass air around the right-hand side of the 2 ball, come off the rail, spin the 1 ball in.
I believe the 1 ball is frozen to the point, and if it is,
that would be tough. Right?
It would be very tough if he.
So he's going to mass around the left-hand side of the ball.
Right.
There we go. That's what it is. You're right. Now he wants to hit the rail and the ball at the same time. Oh, it wasn't frozen. He's hit that ball pretty thick. And he's perfect in the 2.
Very nice shot.
Sure was. I think he's got a little bit of angle here so we can make the 2 and come out for the 3 ball into the same pocket.
Right.
So he's going to stun this ball over.
Just float the cue ball in the middle of the table.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Perfect.
Right here, I think stopping the ball might be the best shot.
Well, I don't...
Because he's dead straight in on the 3 ball. I'm looking right down the barrel of the shot.
Right.
And
he's looking at that.
Yeah, I think that's the shot because he can't get far enough without getting too close to the pocket. You know what I mean?
Well, he can cheat these pockets though and come down behind and freeze on the back rail here, off 2 rails, off the side rail and then back onto the end rail. The problem with that is even from there, it's hard to get onto the 5 ball on the long side. So you're right. I think to stay up there is the best bet. But if that 4 ball was another inch close towards the pocket, it would be a definite.
Yeah, that shot would have already been
played.
Underway.
That's right. See, it's just so much harder to get on the... I mean, he can get on the short side of that 5 ball easy if he comes onto this back rail. I think he's going to come down on this back rail.
Yeah.
And try and get the short side of the 5 ball. I don't agree with this.
Well,
I would have thought he should have cheated it and come off that other rail and then onto the back rail.
You can shoot and stop it 100% of the time. And you're guaranteed an angle. The shot is a little more difficult, but the position is automatic if you make the 4.
Well, from his angle, he didn't seem to agree with that. It's harder to see from here, but now this isn't hard to see that he's tough here.
Yeah.
And I really believe that the cheating of it and coming off the side rail and then back on the back rail was the right way to go.
Right. Efren and Raphael are the 2 best at this shot that I'm getting ready to describe, is where you elevate and masse the cue ball into the 4 and send the cue ball up table. I think now see right there, that was an example of what you were talking about earlier, where Jimmy is very adept at playing safeties. Even though he had an easy offensive shot just to pocket the 4, the position on the 5 ball was difficult, and
he chose to play the smart shot, the shot that's going to get him a winner.
The highest percentage.
Right.
And I credit Mike Siegel with a saying that I like to use a lot, is that the best players play the best percentages, and that was a good example of that.
Sure was. And Reed's a great player, and he will play safety, but I think it's only when he's got no other choice, and we've seen that already in a couple of his choices.
Right.
My belief, that's how I beat him when I played him as well, is I just chose the shots better than he did. He hit that ball so good. So good. Could we see that shot again? Maybe a little later. That was
about
great.
An 8 on a scale of 1 to 10 on the difficulty scale.
I use that a lot in my trick shot shows. I always mention what number it is. I have a couple of 11.5s, by the way, and a 1 to 10.
Do they come with a disclaimer, do not try this at home? Or do not attempt around small children?
I haven't used that one yet, but I like it.
That was some shot Reed just made on the 5 ball.
It sure was. Now,
4 ball, excuse me.
Now,
it looked like one of Mike Massey's stroke shots.
He has 2 choices here. He can, in my view, he can draw this ball off the side rail and come towards the 8 almost dead on, or he can go forward. I like to draw with a little bit of left-hand side like he's doing right now, because you get your stroke out just like this. And then you're coming right into the ball, and you can't help but get shape.
Right.
It's an easier shot too. You don't get any skids, and you get close to the ball.
Well, he's going to draw it to the side rail and back down.
Do the same shot again, you figure? Yeah.
That was an important game, and it hinged on the 3 ball.
What a great shot.
Well, it hinged on Jimmy Wetch's choice from the 3 to the 4.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take a look at the shot that Reed Pierce just made on the 4 ball. This is some shot.
He has to have an awful lot of topspin on this ball, and he's going to have a little bit of sidings, a little bit of left-hand sidings out when he finally hits it. have a
It's so
little bit
pure.
of left-hand sidings on it. Look at this ball move. That's hard to do. You've got to hit that with so much topspin to make that ball come all the way back. That's a great shot. Chances are it's hard also to keep the ball in line straight.
Right. With that velocity.
Let's take a look at Reed's. Let's take a look at Reed's break now. I like his break. He shortens it up with his right hand. He holds it forward and he gets right through the ball. He hits the ball really well.
Excellent control.
And that wasn't as hard as he could hit it.
Oh no.
I've seen this boy hit those balls real hard. He just wants to make sure now he's not going to be scratching on the break.
Right.
Getting control.
Well, I can't tell if he can hit the right side of the 1.
I think he can.
But if he can, I think that Jimmy will find himself looking around the edge of the 9.
I don't think so. I think he's going to try and bank this ball.
Think so?
I think he's going to try and bank this ball, and the problem here is the 7 ball kind of blocks his ability to get shape on the 2 unless he hits it hard enough. Stuns it and comes towards the side pocket. The same side pocket that the 1 ball is on that rail.
Right.
So kind of stun it, but if he does that and misses, he leaves Jimmy with a shot. He doesn't like it. Doesn't like that 7 ball. So you might be right with the. I think he's going to clip off the left-hand side and come behind the 8. I think you're correct. No, he still chose the bank. But he wanted to come all the way down the table.
I think that was kind of a half-hearted attempt at the bank and
a safety. I think looking at the angle now, how that all worked, I think that was his best choice. Even
yes,
because it was a two-way shot. But he's supposed to make the bank. It's not all that difficult, but he hit the right speed.
Right. We're going to see Jimmy go 2 cushions behind and try to back kick the 1 to the side rail and then down table and use the 4, 8, and 5 to block.
Well, I think if he does that, the 1's going to come into the 5 ball. I think he's going to have to want to come back thinner on the 1 ball. So that's the problem there. Is that's too thin.
Right. Can you tell if the 4 passes the 8 in the corner from where you're sitting? That ball.
It looks like it does, but from this angle again, it's hard to tell for sure.
Well, if it doesn't, I like getting the cue ball closer to the left-hand side rail, where you can go 2, 3 cushions and play the 4 in the same pocket that you're getting ready to play the 2 in.
Let's take a look at his angle from the 2 ball here.
You go 3 cushions and play the 4 ball in the same pocket that you're going to play the 2.
And if you go a little long, you're going to hit the 8 ball and knock out the 8 anyway.
Right, right.
That's good.
That's the option.
Nothing bad can happen there. Nothing bad can happen there. I agree with you. Basically, come off the 2 rails right into the 8. If you don't hit the 8, you come behind it and have the 4 in the corner.
Right.
Perfect.
You don't want to play it. You don't want to play it short to miss the 8 on the side closest to us, because that brings the 6 ball into play more.
No, you can get away from hitting that 6 ball here very easily. You have to draw this ball to hit the 6. That's the shot right there. Just
like that.
You're right again, David.
Well, thank you, Paul.
Perfect. Now, if he doesn't have to jack up over this 8 ball, he can just draw this ball back to straight on the 6, and everything's fine. Let's see if he's jacked up here. He is. He's still got there. Perfect.
Very nice shot.
Very nice. You're right. When you're doing that kind of a jack-up shot like that, if you're going to use draw or whatever you're using on the ball, make sure you hit it at on a vertical line so that you can control the ball. A little bit of spin makes the ball move a long way off the target.
The squirt.
Right.
If you hit it a little off left or right.
That's what I mean. It's going to squirt off to the right or the left a lot more.
And throws the object ball more.
So you really want to have a center ball as far as on a vertical line.
That holds true also if the cue ball is close to or on the rail. When the cue ball is frozen to the rail, if you can hit it, the closer you can hit it in the center, the more accurate you can be.
Mm-hmm.
elevated.
Hey, now he could have got a lot better on this 8-ball, but you know, the 9's in such a way that as long as he doesn't scratch in the side pocket, I would try and draw it off that side pocket, the side rail, just in front of the side pocket.
Play the 9 under him.
Well, see, I wouldn't. See that's too risky right there.
Right.
I would have tried to stun it over onto the side rail and would spin and then come out.
Right.
But he got away with it. Instead of shot in the 9, didn't scratch.
He made an excellent shot, not only on the 1, but from the 2 to get on the 4 was a great shot. Because there was so much percentage built into that you alluded to. If he bumps the 8, he's perfect. If he misses the 8, the speed he hit it, it was perfect.
That's right.
You know, I mean,
you can't go wrong as long as you make the ball, as long as you hit the right speed too.
Right.
But his other great shot, although he put himself in that position, was the 5-ball when he jacked up and got on the 6 perfect. And he didn't have to get there on the 5 like that. He's going to use draw as well.
Touch of right. He's cut into Jimmy's lead. Scores 4 games to 3.
4 games to 3 is anybody's match now, especially with Reed breaking. You know, Jimmy could be sitting down, you know, for quite a while. If Reed keeps making a ball on the break, and one ball seems to be wanting to go over the hole after you break it on this table.
Well, that was a situation where Reed
Pierce right now is Reed Pierce's wife, by the way, is sitting right beside Jeanette Lee. Jeanette Lee is up until this last weekend was #1 player in the world in the women's tour. She's just slipped into #2 place, which still isn't bad. Vivian Villarreal is now taking #1 place in the women's tour, but Jeanette is a big threat on that tour. She won 5 events last year. Well, Reed made a ball on the break, and looks like he can see the 2, and he's got a shot 2-6. The difficulty here is to be able to control both the 2-ball, the 6-ball, and the cue ball.
Right.
So that you don't snooker yourself or end up with no shot on the 2 after the 2-6 combo. The reason this 2-6 combo isn't that difficult is because the 2 and the 6 are fairly close together, and the 6 isn't that far from the pocket. There's still some difficulty, but
well, it looks to me like the 2-ball is either going to go into the area of the 3 or the 4 or 9.
Yeah, if he hits this perfect, I think you're right. It's going to go somewhere towards the spot. And what he has to do, I think, is he has to make the cue ball also come off the rail and go back towards that same area. I don't think he wants to use draw here. Well, you see that angle he's got. He might have to draw with left-hand sidings and come off 2 rails to get on.
He's just going to stop the cue ball.
Let's see. Overcut it.
That was very deceiving angle. You know, I had no idea he was going to roll it like that. You know, it looked to me like he had to cut the 6 much more than that. You know. Yes. I think Jimmy's going to end up playing the 3-7 combination here, unless the 3 passes the 7, which it looks like it may.
Well, he's got another option, and that is to make the 2 and make the 3 in the same pocket as he made the 2 in. I think the angle he's got here is he can come off the rail and back behind the 3 for the same pocket.
Provided he can miss the 6. You know.
Right, and I think he can.
Yeah.
Well, let's just take a look. I don't know if he's even looked at that. No, he's looking at it now. I think that's what he's going to play. Well, he's going low on the cue ball, so he's not playing.
He may be able to play the 3 into the right-hand point,
right,
off of the 7.
Right. Now, what is he going to do with the 4? What's he going to do on the 4? I think he's going to try and break it out, actually.
Well,
Pitch Jones
actually,
the ball.
the angle that he's got here, he may play the 3-7 combination and break out the 4-9.
All right, try to break up the 4-9, but
Well, I think what he'll do here is go off of his right-hand side of the 4 ball, the cue ball to the side cushion, and possibly under the 5.
definitely, I agree with that.
Because the 4 ball is going to be going toward the upper right-hand side rail. The 9 ball is going to be going to the right, so he could possibly get a hook even with the 9 ball.
He looked like he was looking at that 4 ball actually going. Nope. He decided to go with no rails. That's a real risky shot there. Very difficult. He got it, looks like. Got the snicker.
Very nice shot.
You bet. Great control.
Well, the cue ball also stopped in a position where he can't get as far up the left-hand side cushion as he would like. The 9 ball obstructs his path, directly to the 4 ball if he goes one rail that way. And to go to the end rail, he has to spin it quite a bit to contact the rail and then spin, hit it with left-hand spin into the 4.
The positive thing is that he's going to hit the 4 ball on this side, which is going to bring the cue ball down towards the 7 or the 9, and possibly get him a safe shot again.
I'd hit it with some speed, more than that.
Oh, my goodness, he hit it. He made the ball. Well, he hit it good. He deserved to get lucky.
Right. Well, I like what I was referring to is on a kick like that, I like hitting it with more velocity.
More things can happen.
More good things can happen. It's not like you're trying to control the object ball into a position and play safe. You're trying to make something happen. Just roll the combination in.
Oh. Overcut that one too.
Well, that's 2 combinations.
And he did both. He overcut them both.
Reed is an excellent combination player too. I'm surprised to see him miss the 2-6 that he had earlier in this combination.
Well, again, I think he tried to baby both of them as well, which is not normally his style.
Right.
When you move away from what you normally do, chances are you're not going to be as
Successful, definitely.
right. Oh,
The 5 ball is inside the jaws, so
yeah, I think he's all right.
he's in good shape.
So not where he wanted it, though. I think he might have to double kiss this in. No, he's all right.
Well, if he gets the cue ball right where he was looking at right there, about a foot up the table and out, from the rail.
Perfect.
He may like to go into the 8 here. I don't know if the 8 passes the 9.
I think it goes in the side. Oh, you're right. You're right. Yeah, now I see it from this angle. Looks like it's over the hole from the other angle.
Well, if it doesn't pass the 9, I like going into it.
Yeah, I agree.
Because you're going to move it away and...
Right. Chances are you're going to get something.
Right.
Yeah, he did fine.
Well, it didn't stop in an ideal spot. He'll play it in the upper left-hand corner. It's just the cue ball looks like it's going to go toward the side, closer than I would like. The other option is to cut the 8 in the side and go 3 cushions to the end rail, the left-hand side rail. No, he's cutting it.
I don't like it. Yeah, he's got that, you're right, he's got that angle that nobody don't want to have.
Well,
the 9 is.
Pocketing the 8 in the corner is easier, but position, if you go cut it in the side, is more automatic.
Looks like he's cutting the side. Perfect.
Very, very nice shot.
There we go. 5-3 lead for Jimmy Wetch. The Minnesota kid.
Jimmy the Kid. He looked over, smiling at us in the booth and showing his approval for his run out there.
And
Pretty pleased with himself, I might say. And justly so. That was a nice shot on the 8.
sure was. And actually on the 6 to knock the 8 out too.
Right.
And you can miss it, then what?
Right.
So what have you been doing these days?
Playing pool.
Are you teaching it all as well? Or are you just...
No, I haven't been.
do you like
I've
to do
been
that?
traveling. Yeah, I do very much. I've been traveling a lot.
Good.
Playing.
It's a lot of...
I went up to New Jersey and spent some time with Pat, and we went to some tournaments. And
oh, good.
had a big time.
Playing a lot of the AAA events? Or,
Yeah.
Good.
Been finishing in the money. Been getting easy draws. You know.
I never seen
It's
one
not.
of those.
It's not been because of how I've been playing, but.
Okay, well, now I think... See, here he has an option here. He can try and bank it to the side and get on the 2, but I believe this is where he's going to play the safety and come around behind the 6 ball with the cue ball
Safety's automatic.
and snooker him.
Safety's automatic.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of those... This is, 90%. You got to do this. Anything else is silly. And he left him really difficult to hit it, unless I don't know how Jimmy's jump shot is. Now that we've trashed the jump cue and the shaft jump and all the other jump sticks, this kind of a shot is more difficult. Whereas before, we just take a jump stick out and over top the 6 and 7, and we're going to hit that 1.
You know what amazes me is the frequency that we see players jumping with their full cue. I mean, a lot of these guys, Jimmy Wetch, and Johnny Archer, and Rafael Martinez, a lot of these guys, Earl Strickland, they jump the ball like they were using one of those little steel rods.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Well, I'll tell you,
great talent.
I used to use the jump cue a lot and got very proficient at it. Never used my full cue. And then when they changed the rule, I went and practiced. And to my surprise, great shot. Great shot. To my surprise, I became adept with that as well.
Right.
It depends, of course, on the table. But we have to do is practice, and we can get good at whatever is necessary. If somebody else can do it, we can do it too, right?
Exactly. Now, Reed's not got an easy shot here. I don't believe it's difficult for me to tell if the 1 passes the 5.
Well, I'll tell you what, even if it doesn't pass the 5 to go in, I'd cut this 1 ball, overcut it past the 5 and back behind the 5.
Right.
And bring the cue ball down table behind the 4. That'd be my shot right here.
Right.
And how can you go bad with that?
Well, what Paul is referring to, if you're not familiar with this shot, is to overcut the 1 and hit the ball with high
right hand.
And well, I like hitting it with left because you go between the 3 and the 9 and up table that way.
I don't like that. I like the going the other way. And going back behind the 2, the 4 ball. He could see it. It goes. It goes. Surprised Reed took so much time on it.
Yeah. Went in the middle of the pocket.
Yeah, he's perfect. That's great. A great shot on the 2. I think he's got enough angle to stun over for the 3 ball in the corner. Let's see what he's going to do with it.
Be careful of the 9.
Yeah, perfect. Now, draw. You don't want to get into the 8 ball here, so you make the ball draw off a little bit of right hand sidings, come off 2 rails past the 9, outside of the 9, to just kind of float into the center of the table for the 4 ball.
Right. He may be actually at 2 cushions forward.
Don't even need the draw, just stun the right hand side. Now I see the angle.
Right.
Really gets right down there, doesn't he? Right over the top of the cue,
does.
just like a snooker player.
Right.
Matter of fact, when I first met him and we went up for something to eat after our match, we became friends, he'd said that he'd spent many years playing snooker. And I said,
Is that right?
Mississippi playing snooker? So I'm from Canada. We played snooker, but he played the 5x10s for many, many years.
Well, yeah, I think they have one snooker table in Mississippi. And it's at Reed Pierce's house. How do you like that? No, I'm just kidding.
Well,
Of course he plays snooker.
5x10 snooker was the common snooker in the States, whereas 6x12 in Canada. Big difference.
We call that football, NFL.
Yeah, a lot of you guys refer to those tables as the ocean table. I've heard it been called.
Many things.
There we go. Yeah, and long. There we go. Perfect. He hit that absolutely perfect. He's going to get perfect angle on the 4. Actually, it could have been another 2 or 3 more inches, but he's all right. He's okay. He doesn't really like it so much because he wanted to be another 2 or 3 more inches, but you know, from that shot, it's hard to get exactly right on the ball. Actually, another 3 or 4 inches would have been a lot better, but this will work. Tell you, I would never used to play this shot where I'd have to draw back into the rail or something, but I practice this a lot to go forward and come straight back. But he doesn't like it either. This is how I used to play this shot. But things like that happened quite a bit. I think he should have played that with tops and just gone down to the rail and back towards the spot.
I think the 5 passes the 8.
I don't think it does. He wouldn't be complaining if it did.
It does. It's a hanger.
Well, if it does, all he's got to do is stop the ball, draw back a couple inches, and that's it. He didn't do anything. 6 balls over the hole. These pockets, it is a hanger.
Well, I would have been right even if it had hung up, because that would have been a hanger.
For the next
Covering
guy.
my bases. That's
For the next guy. All right, so, because of where the 6 ball was, that was the right shot.
It's hard to lag this ball this far.
I wouldn't lag it. I would hit that a little firmer just to make sure I stay on line. But he's doing great.
Just going to draw down on the right-hand side, use the side cushion, a little spin.
Yeah, good, great on it. Perfect. Up and back, I think. He's going to go up all the way up and down. Little stroke out. No, he wants to finesse it. Now, 5-4. This is a very close match. With Reed breaking.
Well, this table has not been breaking that well as far as they've been making balls, but they haven't necessarily been coming up with shots, so if one of them can get their breaking gear, we might see them string some racks, but the way this table is playing, it's going to be more of a little bit of moving and safeties early in the game, and
I think Reed's going to try and hit this ball a little harder this time. Bring the cue ball back to where it is, or that side of the table anyway.
3 ball, the corner ball went straight in.
Yeah, so the 1 ball in the corner, and he's got a shot in the 2. Yeah, I think he let the cue ball get away on him a little bit there, but he ended up all right.
Well, I think he'll play the 2 in the corner, in the upper left-hand corner. He has to hit this ball with the high right ball to go. I don't think the 2 ball passes. I don't think the 2 ball passes the 8 in the side.
I don't think so either, but I don't like having to go trying to make this ball with right-hand sidings. This is too difficult of a shot. The 2 ball too far away from the corner pocket.
Pat Fleming's specialty shot.
He's not shooting it right now, though.
I see that. Well, even if you don't like it, sometimes you got to shoot it. I mean, if it's really your only option,
Well, it's not though. He can play
The
safety,
2-8 combination.
Play 2-8 combo. He can.
What's the safety?
He can make the 2-ball, come off the rail, and back over here on this side of the 8, just to get over here on the rail. So he's still got a shot in the 4, and he can make the ball a lot easier, the center ball, than with the right-hand sidings.
I'm hitting with high right. Let her fly. Just come with it. That's all.
He doesn't like it. He wants to listen to you, but he doesn't like it.
Well, he knows it's the right shot, but it's making himself pull the trigger. You know.
Well, he could still even do that, and if he doesn't hit it high enough on the right, he's going to come into that 8-ball. He's got to spin this so that it's spinning before it hits the 2-ball.
If he brushes it on the top of the 8 going out, that's not bad.
No. But he's got to make the 2 as well. That's the difficulty here. I think he's going to make his ball spin before he ever hits the 2. Good
What's so
shot.
tough about that?
Oh, please. It always looks easy once it's done, doesn't it?
He hit a great shot
He
right
did.
there.
It was a great shot. And it'll get him a winner here. As far as I can see, this is a roadmap here.
This is the easiest 5-ball out yet for either player.
That's right. This is very easy here.
This
You
is a
can't go
situation
wrong.
where it's a matter of concentration. Just
Heck, I wouldn't
maintain good concentration. And this is.
I wouldn't even miss here.
I would say that, but I've been wrong in this situation.
Yeah, you really want it to come up higher on that ball, give yourself some angle.
Right.
You don't really want to be straight in on this shot.
You're going to follow it 2 cushions out.
Right-hand sidings, you're right. There we go. You're right again. David Maddux. Let's take a look. Let's take a look over in the audience there again with Jeanette Lee, and can we do that, Rick? Yeah, now we've
That's
got.
quite the trio right there.
Yeah, it sure is. Now we've got C.J. Wiley's wife in the audience.
Angela Wiley.
Angela Wiley, the belle of the Pro Billiards Tour. Great lady. She's into martial arts now too.
Is CJ helping her with that?
I don't
Or are
know.
they
She didn't
studying
mention that.
together.
I asked her what she's doing these days. She says, I'm at the pool a lot, helping out, and martial arts. We never got into any more of it.
Right. Well, I know CJ is a martial artist.
Sure is. It's always nice having, a great part of this tour is we've become family. There's the guys bring their wives or their girlfriends, and everybody seems to go out for dinner together and do different things together. So it's a very, very good community.
Right. Mike Massey, what you were just talking about, Mike Massey just passed the booth, and he and his wife Francine are two of the one of the couples that are
very colorful.
I love to see them every tournament. They're just wonderful people.
My very best friends. Mike Massey also is without a doubt, the greatest trick shot artist in the world.
Well, Reed has just gotten an unfortunate break here. He made the one on the break and brought the cue ball up the table. He made another ball.
He froze to two.
And his,
if he's not frozen, he can make that 8-ball fairly easily, If he's frozen, it's I don't think he's even looking at it. So
I
it must be
believe he's a
frozen.
little too straight on to it to play the billiard on the 8. I think he'll go off to the right side of the 2 with the right spin and come around.
I think I would play a push out here myself. I'd push this cue
I
ball
think
all the way down to
he has an option to get under the 4.
That's a great shot. That's a great shot. Very, very good shot.
Thank you. Thank him. Now we're going to see Jimmy Wetch kick to the left-hand side of the 6 with right spin.
He could get very, very lucky here. He could actually, right here, that's a great kick. Now, his chances of snookering him are very good. Now, it didn't happen, but at least he didn't sell out.
Well, no, but I think he'll find himself under the 4 ball again. he'll play the 2-ball off of the 5-ball up table and possibly draw the cue ball underneath the 4.
I think he'll clip off it. Well, he doesn't like anything here. I know what I'd clip off the 2-ball and do the same thing. Bring the cue ball behind the 4, rather than hitting it hard.
Right. Well, yeah, that's either of those. I like those.
I think he's trying to make it.
Maybe off the 5.
What 4? 4 balls down here. Oh, I see. Cutting it in.
Between the
Absolutely
9,
perfect.
5.
Absolutely perfect. What a great shot.
That was
He's a
some
shot maker. Play safe. What 4?
It's a detriment to the water, right?
That's another. Well, it should be easy here. All you gotta do is get perfect on the 6 ball, and everything is. Oh, he's gonna put check. Left hand side is gonna come back up to the table to make the 6 in the other corner pocket. Great shot, perfect. It's a no-brainer from here.
Well, thus far this match has lived up to billing. Tough match with 2 of the young lions on the tour.
Could go either way. It's 5-5 right now,
Right.
until Reed runs this rack out, which will make it 6-5. Reed wants to get an angle on that 8 ball, so he's going to. That's right. He's not going to go forward at all. He's just going to stay in the same angle. So now he can basically just make the 8 come down table, come off 2 rails down table, float down there for the 9 ball in the corner.
Play it high, just a touch of left, brings the cue ball right in line.
Perfect. A little light. He could have got down for everything. There we go, 6-5 for Reed. This is Reed's first time Reed's been in the front. And there's CJ Wiley right there, my next opponent, as a matter of fact. CJ is hosting the next event on the Pro Billiard Tour. He's also one of the young guns on the tour who's been with us for about 3 years now. I'm not sure what his ranking is, but I know it's got to be in the top 10.
Yeah.
He's the one of the top players who's never won an event yet. There's a few of them.
He was a runner-up here in last summer to Tony Allen.
Right. And he's most of the time, most tournaments he plays in, he has it's a high finish. Oh, that's a bad break for Reed. He hit the ball good. He got kicked in.
Well, I believe Jimmy Wetch has
took a smoke break. Or washer break.
Went to clean his contacts. Something. Well, we can.
Okay, we're going to take a little break as well, and we'll be right back for you to finish off this great match between Reed Pierce and Jimmy Wetch. Okay, welcome back. Jimmy's back from his break, and so are we. And the score right now is 6 Reed Pierce, 5 Jimmy Wetch. Jimmy at the table with ball in hand after Reed his unfortunate scratch on the break. Now, David, let's take a look here. Of course, maybe the audience would kind of be surprised as to why Jimmy takes so much time on this ball in hand, but he's looking at all the balls, making sure that he doesn't get wrong on any one of them, which will stop his run-up opportunity.
I think we're going to see the 3-9 combination. Let's look at the break shot from Reed Pierce again and see which ball it is that kicks him in the corner.
Oh, look at that. Isn't that a freak accident there? He hit the ball good. You're right. It looks like he's trying to set himself up for the 3-9 combo. Unless the 9... I think he's got some room in between the 4 and the 9. He's just going to shoot the 3 into the corner pocket.
Looking at it on the monitor, I think you're right.
There he goes. Now, I'd have preferred to have been, you know, a little wider. I would have put topspin, get myself back out in the center of the table on that 4-ball to get on the 5, but he should still be
just
able
play
to.
2 cushions toward the 5 and probably play the 5 in the
Side pocket.
Yeah. Bounce out. Elevate a little bit with a little right hand spin. Go to the end cushion, back out. Play the 6 in the upper left hand corner. Well, again, we have another roadmap type out. Shoot the 6 in.
Yeah, the table next to it, next to Jimmy and Reed, Danny Medina defeated Larry Desmond Hubbard 11-8. Yeah, his angle isn't exactly right here. He's worried about scratching the side pocket coming up off that rail after shooting the 7.
Right.
And if he tries to go, I mean, going long, I think is almost impossible here. If he tries to go short, he can't get onto the 8. So it's a real dilemma. He really got the bad angle on that 7 ball. He's going to try and go long, though. Draw right hand side and try to cheat it into the right hand side of the pocket. A little short, but he's okay. He can make this ball.
Well, if he were just about 4 or 5 inches closer to the center of the table, there, you know, it would have been a lot easier.
Sure. He's going to spin this in with some left-hand sidings. Spin it in, come off 2 rails. All he wants to do is make it and not scratch. Can't help but get up to 9.
Excellent shot. Excellent shot. And with the pocketing of the 9, he ties up the score at 6 apiece.
And there's breaking again. Johnny Archer just defeated Otake 11-5.
And Earl scratched on the break over here. He leads 9 games to 8, and he scratched on the break, and he was providing the fans with a little commentary of his own. Turned around and talking to whoever would listen. He's just misunderstood.
Okay, Jimmy was cleaning his cue, making sure that it was going to be comfortable for him when he got back to shooting. You know, you don't want to be doing that when your opponent is shooting because it could distract them. So, best time to do that is when it's your turn and or just between breaks. And that's a very good etiquette. Now he's ready. Let's see how he does this play. He hit it good, but never got a good roll. Ended up giving Reed a very easy shot.
Well, 2 things I see early are position from the 4 to the 5. And the 6 ball only has, the 6 ball is blocked to the lower right by the 9, so it's not exactly a hanger out, but Reed has gotten out several difficult outs so far in this match, so we'll see how he negotiates these.
Yeah, it's a very difficult 4 to the 5. It's almost better trying to draw the ball, getting straight on the 4 and drawing it straight back.
I like that.
Because trying to maneuver it around the other balls is very difficult.
Well, he doesn't really have a choice now but to get some angle.
Well, yeah, it's just how much angle. He might be able to make the 4, draw in between the 6 and the 7, off the rail, back over towards where the 3 ball is, just past it for the 5 ball.
Well, if you were going to do that, I would bring the cue ball closer to the 7 and go 3 cushions toward where the 3 is right now. We'll see if he gets a cue ball in between. No, he was
He's
able
going to
to
draw it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's gonna. I think he wants to try and draw this ball almost straight back. I don't think he's gonna like the angle too much, though. He hit it great. Hit it very good. Now what he's gonna do is make the 5 float down table. Perfect in the 6 for the corner that he just made the 4 ball in. So what he wants to do is center ball, top spin, and just pray he hits the right weight. Perfect. Great shot.
Excellent cue ball speed there.
See, I got in the 7. No, he got just wrong on the 7. No reason for that. Just wrong. The last thing you want to do is go past that. Now he's going to have to make the
with a high
ball.
right
Yeah, and come
into the area where the chalk is in the middle of the side rail.
right. Now it's nice to have that firepower when you can get out of trouble whenever you need to, but you know, if you don't want to have to get in that trouble if there's no reason to.
Right. Let's hit this with a high left ball.
Right.
Go to the
off 2
side
rails.
cushion. Cue ball going straight at the 9.
Yeah, could hit that a little firmer, but he's all right.
Good shot.
Seven, 6 for Reed Pierce.
Dip and tuck all the way. Well, they elected to let June Jones, one of the tournament officials, rack the balls. Sometimes that's a good idea, you know, when the players have a
Yeah, that's June Padua. June Jones had shorter hair.
But they look the same from the back, I couldn't tell.
Okay. Reed's actually been breaking the best of the 2 here. Let's just see how he continues on. He get a lot of power, and he doesn't make the cue ball bounce as much as Jimmy does. See how he keeps that cue ball on the cloth? Get more,
He's going to like
more
this.
power into it. Yeah.
And this is probably the best break so far.
Sure is.
Control the 1 and the cue ball. Made a ball on the break.
And easy on the 1, and no difficulty to get on the 3, to get on the 4. Just wants to give himself a little angle on the 3 where he can float off the 3 to the 4 ball in the same pocket he wants to make the 3 in.
I think that the 4 ball passes the 9, he'll play it in the lower left.
If it does, depends on, I can't see from this angle.
Yeah.
He's looking at it, so if he sees if it does, then you're right. That's what he's going to do. Yep. Now the 5 goes into the same corner as the 6 ball is sitting over, so he could either play it to go in there or the side. He's selecting the side. I certainly agree with that. Draw it back just a few inches. He doesn't even have to go anywhere. He can just stop the ball if he wants. Now here, his difficulty would be from going from the 7 to the 8. So he's got to get perfect. He's got to get in a good position on the 7. Don't want to be straight on. I would like to be right in the center of the table myself.
Right.
Dead center of the table. And that's just as good, if not better. Perfect. Perfect shot to get on. Whoa, he went. Oh. That's bad luck there, actually. He's just going to draw the ball back, hardly going to move. Don't want to create too much angle. There we go.
Well, this will be the first time he's led by 2 games in this match, and with the pocketing of the 9, the score will be 8-6.
We're going to change tapes for you right away, folks, and we'll be right back. Okay, here we are back. Reed just won the last game to go ahead 8-6, playing Jimmy Wetch, and I don't know what it is. He's got a problem with something. The rack.
I don't know. I'm saying I just hate to change in the middle of the match.
That's Scott Smith, our tournament director.
Totally. We agreed to let him rack the balls the whole match. Nothing against you. I just, he's been racking the balls for us the whole match. I just,
Reed
they're not rolling.
just like the way Jude, who was it that was racking before? Jude was racking, so Jude Padua was racking the balls for him before, and they liked the way he was racking them, so they want him back.
Well,
but Scott can't get him, so Scott says, I'll rack him. And that facial expression from Reed was, I don't like it, but I gotta live with it. Well, he got fortunate there because he made 2 balls and he's got on the 1, and he basically missed the 1 ball. He hit it, but he only hit half the ball. So
it looks like he may have a billiard, play the 1 off of the 2 in the side if he doesn't want to free cut it in.
Well, you're right. He's got a little bit. I don't know about the billiard. I don't think he's got that, but if he rolls into the 2 ball hitting the 1, he could scratch in the corner, and I think that's his problem here, and he sees that.
Well, if he elects to play the billiard, the 5 ball stops the progress of the 2 ball, or slows it down. I can't tell exactly the angle that the 2 ball would hit the 5. That's what he's looking at. If he cuts the 1 in and misses the 2,
yeah, he's perfect. Just draws off the end rail and the side rail on the 2 ball to give himself good angle to get back to the 3. So I think that's what he wants to do. It just depends on how thin he has to cut this 1 ball. If he has to cut this too thin, he's going to scratch off that 2 in the corner.
He overcut it. Trying to avoid the scratch, he overcut it slightly.
Yeah. Didn't get the scratch?
Well, the shot Jimmy's getting ready to shoot, I really like this shot. This is a fun shot to execute. You hit the ball with the center left ball, cue ball to the side rail, the end rail, and then back up table.
Yeah, I think you're right. Keep that a little firm, though. That a little firm. And even though he's got a good shot in the bank to the side, what is he going to do with the 3 ball if he makes it?
Well, the cue ball, I can't tell if the cue ball is straight on with the 2 ball. He may be able to force it.
I think he's going to play the safety.
Under the 9, drop under the 9. That's
right. He hit it bad. But he got him on the back. Well, he didn't quite get him to the back rail. Left him some angle. That was a very quick shot for Jimmy Wetch to perform like that.
It was the right shot. I don't believe he executed it mentally before he pulled the trigger. So
visualization or pre-visualization is very important in executing a shot properly.
I believe Reed's he's very, very capable of making these long, slightly off-angle shots. He makes these look like hangers. Makes it natural position on the 3 ball.
And he hit the side of the pocket to give himself a little.
That's point position.
Yeah, that's what
that's in the appendix after the last chapter. Point position. That's kind of like a footnote.
Off the point for position. draw it back, cheat the angle, try and draw it back to the left of where his cue ball is right now.
Right where his little finger is.
That's about right. I can't believe that. He wanted to go forward instead of drawing it back. And left himself very difficult. At least he's got a shot. He's not snookered or anything, and he can make this ball. 6 balls over the hole. He doesn't have to do anything with it.
Well, the shot he made on the 2 ball was as difficult as this, and he's elevated over the 9.
He stayed in the same spot.
He's gonna.
I mean, I barely touched it. It didn't move. Come right back. Okay. Is it okay?
What Reed's discussing with Jimmy is that he touched the 9, and since it didn't move, Jimmy has the option to move it back if he had moved it any distance. But he said that he just touched it and didn't move it. So that's what the discussion was about.
Right. Jimmy didn't even see it anyway. So if he's going to put it back anywhere, he wouldn't know where to put it. So.
Right.
Now Reed got exactly what he didn't want. Which might have been what was going on in his mind in the first place. Sometimes we have to be careful of what we're thinking about.
Right.
Because it might come to pass right away.
That's for all the golfers. That's like, I don't want to hit it in the water.
That's right.
It's the only place you can hit it after you do that. I don't want to hit it in the bunker.
Or darn it, every time I play this hole, I put it in the bush. So you're visualizing that, and that's what happens. Right.
Well, this is, I'd say this is about an even money kick, given the position of the 6 ball.
I think I'd like to go off 2 rails in this kick shot rather than 1, though. Off 2 rails. Come into the center part of the rail, a little bit past the center, and off the second rail, clip the 6 ball in.
Well, then the cue ball goes in the direction of goes to the middle of the table.
That's all right. The 8 ball goes in this same pocket.
Yeah.
But if you don't end up making it, what happens is you still leave them fairly safe. The 6 ball then banks off that rail back to the side, to the end rail, and leaves them safe.
Yeah,
the other way, you can't get safe.
If it doesn't hit the point. Well, that was caused when Reed was elevated over the 9 ball.
Right.
He cinched the 9.
Not the 9, the 5.
No, the 5 ball. That's right. I'm sorry.
Actually, it was caused a shot before when he was over by the side pocket of his cue ball, and I thought he should draw back from the 3, and he ended up stunning forward and not going anywhere.
Right. Well, that's the first mistake either player has made in quite a while. After a couple of mistakes early, they've really picked up the level of play.
This is 8-6.
7.
8-7. 8-7 for Reed. Pierce is still in the lead.
Now we have June Padua back to rack the balls. Are you playing a match at 9 o'clock?
I am at that.
Well, you don't need but a couple minutes to.
I've never been in this position before where I've been in the booth and it's running late and another match is going on and I've got to be at it. I practiced all day, so I don't have to practice or anything.
We may be able to work something out with the tournament director. Afford you a few moments. Jimmy hasn't broken the balls in quite a while. Let's see if he's learned anything watching Reed break the balls. Particularly about the velocity. They're breaking in the same place.
Not only the velocity, but that cue ball bouncing off the 1 ball. Whether it gets off the table, jumps a little bit, or stays in the cloth.
Right.
As I mentioned, Reed's staying in the cloth, creating a much different way that the balls are spreading.
Yeah. Well, I don't believe Jimmy has an offensive shot here.
He might be able to massay this ball around and make the 1 ball in the corner. I think he's going to do that. Spin enough. Mm-hmm. Oh, he's running too much.
That was difficult from where he was at.
Sure was.
A little less spin or a little more speed, and
That's right.
He'd have made it.
That's right.
Now Reed is a very good opportunity to
Get ahead 9-7. And a race to 11. That's a big lead. Especially he's breaking good. He's breaking them. So ball's going in.
You know, it's not so much the breaking and running out. It's when you break and make a ball, you have the first opportunity to control the game, either
Right.
by playing safe or
Pushing out or
running out. So
that's right. You can be in control.
that's why a lot of times, even the top players, Buddy and Nick, you may not see them string a lot of racks, but they're in control of. They might be in control of 5 or 6 racks in a row, Well, Paul, it's certainly been a pleasure. I know you're going to go prepare for your match, and J.R. Calvert's going to join me in the booth and finish this match up. Good luck in your match, and
Thank you.
We'll do it again.
You betcha.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Get JR in here.
Okay. For the viewers, J.R. Calvert's just joined me in the booth. And hello, J.R. You doing all right?
All right, Dave. How you doing?
Doing just fine. We're watching a really, you can see by the score, an exciting and close match with Reed Pierce and Jimmy Wetch. Reed's ahead 8-7 right now.
Looks like he's prepared to put the end of this game here, too. It'll pretty much a crucial shot here.
He's hit it just a touch firm. He's demonstrated tremendous shot making. Not only in the past, but in this match in particular, he's made some very, very nice shots. I think we're going to see him cut the 7 in the upper right-hand corner and just play the cue ball 2 cushions on the below the 8, and either play the 8 in the left-hand side or in the upper left-hand corner. It looks like he may be following it.
I think what he's looking to do is maybe get the 8 ball into the game. He'd like to get a shot at this 7 and maybe even think of pocketing the 8 in the right-hand side pocket or in the right-hand corner where he's shooting the 7. That's what he's doing. Just in
That
case.
was a very nice shot there. And just draw back and play the 9 ball in the lower right. Get the cue ball pretty close to where it's at right now.
Yep.
He's taking a 9-7 lead. Jimmy had an opportunity in the beginning of that game because he won the last game and was breaking, and had a finesse shot on the 1 ball and spun it a little too much, and that's how Reed got to the table to win that game. It was an error, Jimmy's part.
Yeah, some of these finesse shots I was noticing with this blue circle cue ball, they're take a little bit more guesswork to them. A lot of the players have been used to the red circles, and the blue circle acts just a little bit different.
Right.
Some of the players are having a hard time adjusting to them in their first set.
Right. Well, this is the blue circle ball plays very consistently,
Right.
and once you get used to playing with it, the red circle balls sometimes were some were a little heavier, some were a little lighter, and once we get used to this ball, it'll be because we're using this ball exclusively with the Centennial balls.
Right. How has Reed been breaking the balls in this match?
He's been breaking the balls very well. Controlling the one ball and the cue ball. Normally they've both been up at the upper end of the table. And, you know, his break performance has been better than Jimmy's thus far. Well, it's difficult to tell if Jimmy is going to cut at the one in the upper right-hand corner. That it's possible, but I think we may see him elect to play safe here.
Yeah, I believe the safety possibility has to be heavy on his mind. He doesn't want to shoot at this ball and then be forced to win 4 in a row to win the match.
Right.
Looks like he's going to try and go off the side row and put him on the 3.
That's an excellent shot.
That was a great
Excellent
shot.
Oh, the one ball might have leaked out.
I think he might have been relying on some type of collision with the 8 there to slow the 1 down.
Right. Good point. It looks like Reed may have to play rail first on the 1. No, he can shoot straight at it.
Yeah, I think he's just going to be able to pop this right out in the center. He's taking his time on it. He can see the entire ball. He just wants to be sure. He knows that if he wins this game.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, he's going to let Jimmy sweat this in his chair a little bit longer, too.
The maximum sweat out of that miss. Or out of the misplayed safety, rather.
Yes. Looks like he's going to elect to follow it.
Well, I think he's going to find himself running into the 9 if he played a shot earlier in this match where he shot this ball with maximum velocity, and yeah, he made it that time and got out, and it was a great shot. But that situation there was a little more difficult because of the position of the 9.
Mm-hmm.
Because even if he had made the 1, the cue ball would have gone into the 9 because the 1 ball hit the 5, which knocked the 9 out of the path of the cue ball. So,
well, let's take a look. Jimmy's got a pretty simple beginning here. Yeah. He's got a playable lie, as they say.
well, the cue ball just be going in the direction of the 4 ball. Back out. He may just bring it 2 cushions around the 4.
Yeah. What I'm interested to see on what he does with his transition shot here from the 5 to the 6.
Well, I like playing the 4 ball with a high left ball and getting closer to the left-hand side rail. So when you cut the 5 ball in, the cue ball goes 2 or 3 cushions under the 9, goes to the to the rail, to this end rail, and then 2 cushions up and play the 6 in the upper right-hand corner.
Right. Now he has to be aware of this 9. Now this is where switching to the balls might mean just a little bit different of a shot. Sometimes this ball he had to worry about catching a 9. So that's why I cued that ball.
Right. Well, when he shot the 4, if he had played the cue ball a little further over to the side rail, that would have made the 5 to the 6 easier.
Right. It would have been a flatter run.
Right.
Would have got a lot more speed to the cue ball.
Exactly. Right. He just fell a little bit straighter on the 5 than he wanted and had to hit it harder.
Well, I think he's just going to try and cinch his 6 ball.
I think we'll see him go up and down on the inside of the 9.
He cinched it.
This has been a nice out in this spot. He's down 9-7, and with the chance of Reed getting on the hill, he's made a good out. And he'll close within 1 game, and the score will be, after pocketing the 9, 8 games for Jimmy Wetch and 9 games for Reed Pierce. Some of the results from matches earlier, Earl Strickland won his match with Greg Fix. Mike Massey won his match.
In this situation coming up, an interesting question here would be to whether you want to break these balls all out or whether you just want to make sure that you don't scratch, and with the way these tables break, take the chance of making just 1 ball and keeping control of the game.
Right. Thus far in this match, neither player has tried to break the balls extremely hard. Both of them have been breaking about 80% and trying to control the cue ball and the 1 ball. And, so that's an indication to me that the balls are breaking fairly well. When you're willing to sacrifice a little bit of the speed, then either the corner ball is going in or another ball is going in. That way they're playing more position. So, I know you've seen Jimmy play a lot, and he can really crush them. But he didn't hit those balls particularly hard.
No, he left a little bit off. I think for our viewers, most people know that at Reno here, the tables break a little softer. But even when we get underneath the lights here, it tends to dry the table out, and you get a little bit more speed to the object balls during the break.
Right. Just soft spin the 2 ball in, play the 3 ball in the same pocket. It's difficult to see the exact angle that he got on the 3 ball. I think we're going to see him.
I think what he's looking at now is it's very close to straight. He'd like to get on the other side of the 4 ball here so he could just simply.
Well, the 4 passes the 7 and 8 in the side. I didn't see that. I thought he was going to have to play it in the upper left-hand corner.
Yeah, that seems to be an optical illusion from our view.
Right. He'll just draw the cue ball back. He doesn't want to be straight in on the 5.
No.
That's a nice angle. Natural angle just to pocket the 5, and shape's automatic on the 6.
Yeah. The last thing he's going to do here is let this cue ball stay on the side rail. He's going to hit it and come off.
Well, he's straighter and further than he wanted to be. Definitely.
Yeah. He wanted to be up in about another diamond here, so this was more of a natural position shot.
Right.
Now he has to do something with the cue ball. He's probably going to go a shade lower and force it up higher off the second rail.
I think he may draw the cue ball back and play the 7 in the lower left-hand corner.
It's very possible.
He just
popped it up there. I think he's got a funny angle on the 7 here. He may choose to just cinch this ball.
He may play the 8 in the same side. Go 3 cushions and play the 8 in the same side. Yeah.
Okay. Table does have a little speed to it.
Just with a high left ball. Slow it down.
Well, he made quick work of that rack.
This has been a good match. It hasn't been perfect play, but there has been some perfect play. It's been exciting. The score is 9 games apiece, and a race to 2. Jimmy's going to avail himself of a break and get some ice water. He'd like to put some in his veins right now so he can close this match out.
Sure would. I noticed last time that he made the 1 in the side. Has that been a large percentage of the ball that's been following?
The 1 ball has gone several times on the break.
So that's why he might be letting his cue ball stay low instead of going up with the cue ball. Interested to see the 2's racked right behind the 1.
Well, he may try to bring it back up now since the 2 may be coming back up table. Well, the 1 didn't go in the side or the corner.
I think we have some
Lay the ball.
serious 2-9 action if he can get to the 1, even in the bank.
Interesting position. He's looking at right now, what he's looking at is playing a billiard off the 2, the 4 into the 9. If he can't get the cue ball over, I guess the 2 ball passes the 4, play the combination.
Well, a lot to our viewers, this 2 ball, if you shoot it off the rail to try and make the 9 ball, it makes the pocket bigger for the 9 ball.
Right.
So that's why Jimmy may. There we go. And see, he does have an entire pocket.
Right.
See what he's doing with the 1 here. I think he's going to bank it. Uh-oh. This is what Reed's been waiting for.
Well,
Quick answer.
He put all his eggs in one basket on that one shot. You know, that may have been a situation where if the safety was available, he may have elected to play safe. When you've got all these balls down here to screen, you know, he was thinking offense, win the game.
Right.
And if he could have hit more of the right side of the 1, you know, the safety was a cinch to make.
Right.
And,
well, then again, a lot of times great players hate to give up the table.
oh, yeah.
You know, if Reed kicks that 1 ball in, he may not sleep for the rest of the tournament.
Right.
So I think he wanted to go down firing there at that particular moment. That's, you know, Jimmy's a great shot maker. And
Well, he hasn't lost the game either. Not yet. I mean, you know, he may, after this shot's over, have lost the game, but he hasn't lost it yet. So
let's see if Reed plays his ball, the cue ball, around the table, just in case he misses this. I must have. Okay, I think he's going to try and make this combo and bring the cue ball 2 rails back up to the top left-hand side of your screen. Now, I've only seen 1 shot this match where Reed was more deliberate with his style. And he seemed to not hit the shot quite as good. A lot of times, some players will get up and fire this shot more naturally, and it goes well for them.
right, instead of overthinking it.
Yeah, I think the last time he couldn't get the 5 out of his mind.
Right.
And saw the wrong angle with the shot. Oof.
Oh, great shot.
What a clean shot.
Great shot. Hit perfect.
Very clean.
Perfectly executed shot.
I'm afraid I'd get a kid.
Well, Dave, you're on the hill, and you know the way the table's been breaking. How do you feel about your chances for winning the match from here if you were Reed Pierce?
Well, he's going to win the majority of it, definitely.
Oh, yeah. He's a very strong favorite right now. The last thing he wants to do, of course, is scratch.
That's like telling yourself not to hit it in the water, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know it's going straight in the water.
Yeah.
I bet he takes something off this break. I think he should if he doesn't, you know.
Yeah.
He hasn't been breaking that hard the whole match, and now is the wrong time to try to amp, you know, try to overamp.
Exactly. And a lot of the aggressive shots have been coming back into the players' faces.
Well, you have a tendency to want to make the 9, you know.
Well, I think he's going to end up having to play. He actually does have a shot at this 1 ball.
He can cut the 1 in here.
Yeah.
I think he'll hit it with the high inside and stay on the right side of the 2, go up and down. He's just looking again at the 7-9 to see if the 7 passes the 9.
He's spinning it with left-hand English. He's going to
Sure
go
is.
around the deuce.
straight at the 2. He got a very favorable nudge there.
Yes, he did.
Does the 3 pass the 7-9? It's difficult to tell.
It really is. I'll tell you the truth, even if it doesn't, it looks like the 9-7 is dead, and that might take a little problem out of this rack.
Definitely, definitely. If he can get in a position where he can control the 3 off of the 9, that may be the shot.
Yeah, he can carry him at 3 right off the 9 off the bottom rail and have it set towards the corner.
Right.
That's what he's looking at now, I think.
Well, it looks like it's laying so good that's, you know,
yeah,
really his best option.
I think even if the 3 does pass there, he's looking at that. Yeah, he's setting perfect on it right now.
He can just stop the cue ball. The cue ball will go off of the right side of the 9 to the end rail and up, and he'll play the 3 in the lower right.
What he's looking at right now is he's got a little bit of a shot here where the 7 can throw. It doesn't have to be shot in. So he was worried about that. I think he still is. He's wondering exactly how this combination is going to react.
He's trying to control 4 balls, you know, on one shot. It's you know, it deserves this kind of deliberation, this shot, especially in this situation. You know, it's a 10-9 in a close match with another good player.
Absolutely. I think one of the things he's worried about is he does have to have the 3 strike the 9 kind of thin, and he may actually have to let the 3 run up by the side pocket for a shot.
Right.
That's not favorable, but it can be done. Okay, here it is up by the side.
Well, he's in good shape here.
Yep. He worked that pretty good.
Yes, he did.
Didn't let the 9 drop on the 4. He did everything he needed to do there.
Well, he has 2 options: to play the 3 in the upper left-hand corner and draw down, or play it in the side and hit it with maybe a high inside. He's drawing it.
Yeah.
Playing it in the corner. He'd like to be on the end rail, all the way on the end rail here when he shoots the 4.
Yeah.
He wants to get
I
further.
think he's exactly where he likes to be. He had a beautiful shot there.
That was a great shot. That was a very, very, very fine shot.
I think he's going to try and follow this ball 2 rails and stay above the 6 ball. We'll probably end up by the first diamond. He's making absolutely sure here.
Well, if he goes to the side rail and to the right or by the 8, he wants to make sure he doesn't run into the 8.
Yeah, that's been spooking him.
And hitting it this way, that side pocket looks huge.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Look at this shot. That was a fine shot. He probably came within an 1/8 inch of that 9 ball when he did that shot.
right.
That was a good pull shot. He didn't get quite as low as what he wanted, but he can cinch this ball and have a favorable angle on the 8 in the other corner to come up table for the 9.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy, is it? They've been making it look easy, but this is a testy little shot right here.
I think he's only going to come 1 rail up, but it looks like he's trying to hit it a little bit faster. He doesn't want to count on rolling this ball at this point in time.
Well, again, he has 2 options: to follow it 2 cushions out or to draw it. I think following is the correct option here, or the highest percentage option.
Yeah, well, of course, since we say that, he's going to draw it.
Yeah. Let it stroke out, draw it. Excellent shot.
Did very good.
Okay, that's the end of it. JRI, I'm glad you had a chance to come and finish up the match for Paul, and we'll do it again. And on behalf of myself and the rest of the ACCUSTATS crew, Rick Boley and Pat Fleming, if you're interested in this or any other tape, the ACCUSTATS number is 1-800-828-0397. We'll have more matches from the Sands, Regency,